Welcome back to the show. More now on the protest that seized control of Sydney and Melbourne on Sunday. At least 100,000 people rallying against Israel's bombardment of Palestine. Joining us to discuss today's headlines is Independent MP Monique Ryan and Liberal MP Aaron Violi. Nice to see you guys on this post-Logies Monday morning, which I just want you to know is difficult for us out the front here. Hey, Monique, 90,000 people in Sydney. They were very well behaved. And then you go to Melbourne. God, you love a wild protest in Melbs.
Well, Melbourne likes to push it a little bit, Carl. That's what we're like, a bit more edgy perhaps than the Sydney-siders. But many people feel really strongly about this issue. And it was great to see that most people got out there as peaceful, respectful, people saying what they feel about a really, a humanitarian crisis and something that many, many people feel very strongly about.
What do you think burning of the flags?
Oh, look, I don't like burning flags. I don't think that it really achieves anything, and it's not respectful of the nation's sovereignty. It's something. The flag is an important symbol, and it's not something that I like. But I guess that people's actions really reflected the depth of their emotion about this issue and their really strong desire for our federal government to act effectively on it.
Aaron, burning flags. How does that sit with you?
Oh, Carl, that was an absolute disgrace. So let's realise this is a challenging, difficult conflict, but it's 14,000 kilometres away, and the fact that people are burning the Australian flag, writing "Abolish Australia" on the vandalism that we saw there, it's not appropriate, it's not needed, and it really goes to the heart of some of these protesters and their motivations, and we should never forget, while they call for Israel to show restraint, these protesters are not calling for Hamas, a listed terrorist organisation, to return the hostages, and they could lay down their arms and end this conflict tomorrow. So it's a disgrace to see the Australian flag burnt like that.
Monique, Penny Wong's confirmed we're committing $20 million in aid to Gaza. I guess you want to make sure it's going to filter through to the right hands.
Yeah, it's been an ongoing issue since October the 7th, really getting aid through to those people who need it, and we've been told repeatedly by the government that they're not able to do that. Really what's required for that to happen is the cooperation of the Israeli government, which we haven't seen for a long period of time, and we know that there's been huge amounts of aid sitting at the borders that can't get through because the Israeli government has blocked it, and when people have tried to get to aid points, they've been physically at risk. We've seen horrible, horrible imagery of people being killed as they're trying to access food and water for themselves and their families. And so, it's good that the government's doing what it can in terms of financial aid, but we really needed to put more pressure on the Israeli government to affect change on the way that the Israeli government is seeing the distribution of aid and its responsibilities there.
Just quickly on Albo wanting to meet, or at least do a phone conversation with Benjamin Netanyahu, Aaron, to be a fly on the wall in that conversation, to be interesting?
It would be an interesting conversation, and Monique's right, we want innocent civilians in Gaza to be able to get access to aid, but again, we need to remember, and this needs to be a two-sided conversation, many reports of aid going to Hamas and supporting their illegal terrorist activities, so we need to make sure that the aid is getting to the civilians and not being used to aid that terrorist organisation, Hamas.
All right, moving on. The Australian Industry Group has branded the Allen government's work-from-home plan blatant political opportunism. Monique, so Jacinda Allen has this little thought bubble over the weekend, does some research, and she's decided she's going to step all over federal laws. How do you think that washes down?
Well, we saw during COVID, and we've seen it since, Carl, people love to work from home. And in fact, the Productivity Commission found earlier this year that it helps with productivity if people have the flexibility that they have, if they can work from home 1 or 2 days a week. So I'm actually all in favour of people being able to work from home where that is suitable for them and for their employment conditions. But it does seem that the Allen government's plans are at odds with federal legislation, so I'm not sure that they're going to fly.
Aaron, it's a good thing the Victorian counterparts are very clear on this after the election disaster.
Well, I mean, Carl, this is blatant political spin by the Allen Labor government. They're tired, they've run out of ideas, they can't control crime in Victoria. We're seeing machete bins being put up all around the state. Taxes are going up every week. This government has no idea. Health is failing. Victorians are in trouble and they've gone for political spin.
The Victorian opposition can't come up with their own view of it.
Oh, well, as a federal MP, Carl, I don't expect my state colleagues to provide commentary on federal issues. I'm not going to provide commentary on Brad and his team. It's for them to work through and provide a position.
Right.
But we've seen the questions around whether it's even possible. Jacinta Allen can't give any details. It's just a headline because she's in so much political trouble.
All right. Finally, Tourism Australia has launched a star-studded sequel to Come Say G'day.
Come on, this is going to be a good one.
G'day, mate. Just going for a stroll.
Something took my phone.
Well, we better go find it.
Pav. Pav? Come on, darling, dive right in.
Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
I like it, Monica. Robert Irwin, Nigella Lawson, even Sachin Tendulkar. His daughter is featured. It
What's
cost
not to like, Carl?
$130 million. Yep. It's good though, huh?
I think that's great. I mean, tourism is down. Incoming tourists are below pre-COVID levels. Anything that brings them back is important. We've seen the Chinese tourists are staying away from Australia in droves post-COVID. If we can get them back here, stimulating our economy, it's all good. And I think any excuse to get Nigella Lawson onto our screens, personally.
Yeah, agree. Hey, you two, Victoria featured in this ad for a grand total of 1.3 seconds.
Carl, that's an outrage. Come visit the Yarra Valley. Come see the wineries out in my region. I'm going to give them a plug since this ad doesn't.
I love the Yarra as well. All right. Good to see you guys. Enjoy your week.
Thanks, Carl.
Thanks so much.
Outrageous, Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
The Today team is standing by.